Hi, my name's Mark, one of the pastors at Trillium. About 6 weeks after my father died, I had a post-death experience of him. It was quite shocking, perplexing, jaw-dropping. It lasted for about 10 seconds. It was an experience that came out of nowhere and then just disappeared to nowhere. Hard to really frame it in any rational way. I believe my father was letting me know he was okay. I could go on grieving, but I didn't need to worry about him. And I later read that half of Canadians have this kind of experience, something similar to what I experienced. Some signal, some vision, some dream, some profound dream, something extraordinary, uncanny happens to them with someone who's died that they love deeply. A friend, close family member, they have a post-death experience of a loved one. 1 in 2 Canadians, that's rationally, scientifically educated, secular Canadians. Nonetheless, 1 in 2 of us have this kind of experience. And if you go to other parts of the world, that number climbs. If you go back 400 years in any part of the world, it was common for people to have post-death experiences of loved ones. And if we go back 2,000 years to the time of Jesus, to the time of the New Testament, very common for people to have post-death experiences of loved ones. Nothing extraordinary about it at all. So it's no surprise to us, it shouldn't be at least, that the disciples have a post-death experience of Jesus. That's almost a given. It's this reality that causes the author Patricia Pearson to make this comment. She says, "So what was it about that experience that made it extraordinary to those early Christians? Because it wouldn't have been just that he, Jesus, walked out of the tomb." What she's getting at is it wouldn't have been just having a post-death experience of Jesus that would have changed very much for those first early Christians. Something extraordinary must have occurred beyond just a vision of Jesus to have so profoundly changed them. What was it exactly? Well, the Gospel of Luke has an answer for us. He says that Jesus appeared to the disciples, those first disciples, in a very physical way to them, in a very tangible, direct, concrete, fungible way. He revealed himself in such a way that they could recognize him for who he was. Now, at first, the disciples think he's a ghost because they're living in the old hypothesis. Dead bodies stay dead. Once dead, always dead. So he has to be a ghost. But immediately Jesus says to them, "Do ghosts have flesh and bone?" Answer, of course, no, they don't. So how can I be a ghost? I can't be. People seem transfixed, full of fear in the moment. So then Jesus invites them to come forward to touch him, but I get the impression that no one moves. You see, the old hypothesis is being taken down, but they still don't have a new working hypothesis that dead bodies may actually sometimes, maybe even once, come back to life. And so finally Jesus, I think almost in desperation, takes a bit of fish, broiled fish, and he eats it for them, demonstrating that he's not a spirit, a ghost. That seems to settle it for them. They believe that Jesus has truly, not metaphorically or esoterically, but truly, tangibly, practically been raised from the dead. You know, most historical scholars of the resurrection believe something happened. Something must have gone on there that Easter day that changed those disciples. But exactly what was it? I think the best explanation, I think the only real explanation, is that Jesus really was raised from the dead, and that in his raising, God overturned the old working hypothesis of the world that once dead, always dead, dead bodies stay dead, to replace it with sometimes, at least once, and maybe more than once, dead bodies become alive. Now, what this means for us, well, the rest of the New Testament is trying to work this out. In its time, they're trying to work out what the resurrection of Jesus actually means for life. And I think today, we're still trying to figure out what Jesus' resurrection means for us.